I mean, it's crazy. Literally within 60 days of working with yourself, I was hitting 3K in commissions. And I had my first return within 30 days.
Right.
You know, that's how fast it was.
Amazing. Well, guys, how's it going? Just going to make another video for you, another client interview. So this is Josh. Now we actually spoke. I spoke with Josh a couple of months back after he'd hit, like he just had his first month on appointment setting, and he managed to hit his first 2 grand in commissions. Since he's been like, he's had a couple extra months in the space. He's managed to hit some record months. I wanted to hop on with him again, so he can explain his experience, how it's been for him, and like the numbers he's hit to give you guys some inspiration as well. So Josh, if you can introduce yourself again, just mention obviously who you are, what got you into the setting space, how you found me, just to cover new people that are watching this that may have not seen
Yeah.
your old testimonial.
Yeah. So I'm Josh, and I found Aidan on YouTube. And to be honest, I didn't do necessarily any extensive research. I was just looking at remote sales and came across Aidan's video after looking at a few appointment setting videos, and just something about his content resonated with me. I think it was just the fact that I could see myself in him. I think that's what it was.
Mm.
And he was just straight to the point, and I followed him on Instagram, and then we got on a call, and it's been mad since then, and it's only been like 100 odd days, and I've already had a 3x return. Crazy.
Nice. Nice. So just to give people an idea, obviously the new people that may have not seen your testimonial before, like you came on board with me, obviously what's most important for people to understand is kind of where you were in terms of like what you were doing for work, your current like day to day, like
Yeah.
if you can just run them through that. I think you just quit Amazon, right? So you can kind of explain
Right.
where you were before we started working together.
Yeah, and to be fair, I'll back up before that because I was at music university, what's called conservatoire, so where musicians go to study for uni. And I took a gap year, I was doing that for 2 years from about 19 to 21. Then I had a year where I was just completely lost. Got an Amazon job just before I met Aidan. And once I quit that, because I was like, it was a 0 hours contract, it wasn't stable. I was like, you know what, I want to do something that's actually going to build my stuff up, build my skills up. So then got on YouTube, found yourself, and I literally had basically no money when I came to you, no active income. I earned 500 quid from the Amazon job, and basically invested some of the savings that I had from music into the course, and yeah, the rest is history. You know what I'm saying, as they say. So it's one of them where it's been a mad few months in terms of the return on investment I've got.
Yeah, well, mate, you've put the work in, like,
Right.
and so guys, we did like an interview, like after I think it was just over a month, wasn't it? The first interview we did, and then if you could just run 3 people through that first month on the roll, if you can get a little bit clear about like how you found it as a bit like, because here's the thing, you were a beginner, right? You had like you're
Right.
completely from scratch. There's a lot of what people are concerned about. Can I do this no experience? So
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
started on a roll with no experience, right?
Yeah.
How did you find starting that with no experience? Obviously, with me helping you, and also if you can get into the finances you actually managed to make in that first month as well on the roll.
Yeah, so from day one of working with you, I was literally, looking at the course content, really getting like deep into it. I really wanted to make sure that when I got onto the role, I'd gone through all the course content. I didn't want
Mhm.
to be one of these people who was, hitting people up with "What's up, G." I actually wanted to learn the outreach methods and doing all that stuff because we know we both get it a lot. So learning those actual methods from yourself was super useful because I then landed a role within 18 days, bypassed all the rubbish that everyone else does,
Yep.
landed the role with a fitness coach. I'm on a fitness offer,
Yep.
and within the first month of being on that role, hit 3K in commissions.
Yeah.
So I made a return within the first return was in 30 days, and then the big return was in the 2 months, the
Yeah,
60
so
days, which is
just to
crazy.
make it clear to everyone, so it was like when we first spoke, you just hit, it was 2K, wasn't it? That you hit.
Yes,
And then
that
and then
that's
the
it.
month and then the month after it was 3. And that's when I was like,
Yeah,
we need to hop on another testimonial, right?
yeah, right, right.
It was 2K for like the first official month. And
Yeah,
then for like well, it seems to be every like it's been 2 months since you haven't hit below 3 grand, have you?
no, no,
Yeah. Fucking
that's right.
fantastic, man.
Yeah,
So we've taken you from in the space of like so we worked together, so it's March right now, right? And we started was it December?
it was started December. Yeah,
It was like start of December. So That's fucking insane, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Um,
crazy. Literally within 60 days of working with yourself, I was hitting 3K in commissions. And I had my first return within 30 days.
right.
You know, that's how fast it was.
Amazing. Right. Now, obviously, to go from, so you were basically unemployed when we started working
Yeah,
together, right?
yeah,
Obviously, like times like, you're like, fuck, I need to get an income.
yeah,
Um, how does it feel? Kind of like, here's the thing, mate. You did that relatively quick, right? Going
yeah,
from 0 to 3K a month, basically.
yeah, yeah.
How does it feel going from zero to then like a number like that
Mhm.
quickly? How has that like affected and changed your life? Just paint people a picture because that's most people's goal, right? To do it that fast. How does it feel to have been able to actually do it? What does life look like now?
Well, it makes you a lot more calm because you're not constantly worrying about, oh, where's this money coming from? I need to get a job. I need to find something that's going to set me up. And that's the key thing with this is like it was about setting me up into the next, into the next thing, and being in the sort of high ticket space in general gives you that. But really, it's for me, it's just allowed me to not worry about the basics. I'm
Mm,
personally saving my money up, right, to go
yeah.
and then reinvest and do stuff. It then allows me to redevelop myself and put that back into myself so then I can grow further. That's like my strategy with it. I'm lucky enough to be able to live at home and do that. I'm sure as many people who are watching this will be doing. And that then gives me the freedom to reinvest the profits back into myself. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's mad.
And that's the thing, man. What I noticed about you is you're like an action taker in terms of like you invested with me and now you're saving the
Yeah,
money you're making with this to invest into other
yeah,
things to then maximize your
yeah,
income even more.
yeah,
What do you think? And I mean, I know that's one of the core pillars, but if we can get deep, like for example, there's people that are trying to start setting and they make no money or they quit within
yeah.
a couple of months or it doesn't work for them. But like, why do you think it's worked for you so quickly? And now I know we've been working together, but in terms of your character traits, why do you think it's worked for you so quickly and you made it happen compared to like anyone else that hasn't? What's kind of been the difference there, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's multifaceted. This, I think one of the things is I was sick of letting fear hold me back.
Nice.
That was the first component. Like really, it was the stick and not the carrot that was getting me to move forward. Because I was just sick of being a musician who was practicing. Like I'm no stranger to hard work. You know what I'm saying? I was putting in 4 to 8 hours a day at uni practicing. Like I know what it's like to study and to did very well at school. So I'm no stranger to hard work, and that's the thing. You have to work hard, right?
Mm,
You have to put the hours in. Another thing was I didn't try and produce my own system. I just followed exactly what you said. So I
nice.
didn't I didn't try to overthink, yeah, the course or anything like that. I just thought this guy's an authority. I'm going to listen to what he says, and then once I've established myself, then I'm going to maybe use the techniques that you've shown me to iterate on the systems and try and make it a little bit more tailored for
Yeah.
my offer.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And with setting to maximize your commissions on an offer as well, obviously it's like down to the skill. So obviously
Yeah,
since working together, I mean, you were a beginner when you started. Now you've had like a good couple of months on the roll.
yeah.
How do you feel in terms of your skill level as a setter? Like how confident do you feel in your skills to set appointments and to bring that skill with you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel very confident, and also working with the business owner that I'm working with, and understanding that part of setting is not one, you've got to get the mentorship,
Hmm.
one to learn the skills, but also to get you connected. That's also another element of it, and then the second phase is sort of like the second like level in my opinion, the way that I see it. The second training is then once you've landed a role, how how do you integrate the skills that you've learned into it? And I'm lucky enough to be working with a business owner who's, really starting to hone my skills a little bit. But I wouldn't have been able to do that without the foundation that I learned on the course, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, amazing, man. Okay. And like the last thing that I'd love to cover, for those of you watching this, right? And also like I'd love for, Josh, you to give these guys some inspiration. Like anybody who's like kind of on the fence with either appointment setting or just working with me in general. I mean,
yeah.
you've gone through the whole process, right? You've lived and breathed it now. You've come out the other end successfully. What would you say to anyone who's on the fence of like working together or getting into appointment settings and taking this leap? What would you say to them? Because you were kind of in a similar position, you're a little bit apprehensive, but you took the leap. What would you say to anyone who's in that same position right now?
Yeah, so I mean, if you're struggling with fear, like you've just got to tackle that stuff like head on, and it is very, very difficult to do. But you will just reach a point where it's like, I need to move, I need to get to that next phase. So if you're in that position, like you need to just understand that you're not going to get to where you want to be by doing what you're currently doing. Because if you were doing what you're currently doing and getting the results, you wouldn't be looking at this video. So that's the first thing. Another thing is that I've been saying to people is, do you want to pay with your money or your time? So you can take 2 years and do this process, because I said on the call to you, yeah, I'm going to do this regardless. Yeah, and it's like, even if it takes me a year, I vividly remember that. I'm glad I didn't. I'm really glad I didn't. It sped up the process by like 100 times. And I think doubt is a very, very powerful emotion. It amplifies, as soon as doubt is amplified in your mind, you won't execute at the level that you need to. And I think the course removed that doubt from me. Yeah. So then I could go into these roles and know, and when I'm interviewing, the interview process was seamless. I landed every single role I went on. And that was because I didn't have any doubt about what you taught me on the course.
Yeah. Amazing, man. Basically just stop letting fear win. Is that what you'd say? Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. F fear is what I would say.
Fear. Nice, man. Yeah. I love it. Cool. Well, guys, that's Josh's story. So I'm going to link his initial, the first interview we did in the description. That was after his first month and he hit like 2K in commissions. Now he's pulling through like 3K a month, right? He hasn't had since then, he hasn't had a month below 3K. Okay. So you can see his whole story there. I will also, Josh, do you want me to link your Instagram? Because I know you like to record daily, you do daily reviews as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got like, you must have 100 days worth of videos now tracking back to the first day you started with me.
Yeah.
Seeing your entire journey. So I'll link his Instagram there as well. You can view his journey. And look, if you want to learn how to get into setting the right way and have a similar story to Josh, right? I still do setting to this day, and I've been coaching it for a while now as well. I can get you these same results if you're willing to do what I say. Okay. So I'm going to leave a link in the description too to book on a call with me, and I'll run you through how to get these results predictably the exact same way. Okay. So link is in the description to book on a call, also to Josh's Instagram, and also to the link of the first interview to watch it to get an idea. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And I will see you in the next video. Josh, thanks for hopping on. And yeah, see you soon.